Hello everyone and welcome to this Unreal Engine tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to create a typewriter effect for any widget you have. So for example, I have 3 examples here. First one is an instant effect. So the text block will be instantly set. So if I press 1 now, as you can see, instant typewriter effect. Now if I press 2, the effect will take the text will change 1 character per time at a 0.05 second per character. Now you can change this value however you want. I have 2 examples here to show you. So the first one is 0.05 seconds per character, as you can see. Now the third one is a little bit slower, that's 1 second per character. Okay, as you can see, it's very slow, it's 1 second per character. And you can change the speed however you want, just by changing parameters. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is to create a new widget that is responsible for the typewriter text. So create a widget, let's call it WP_typewriter text. And this is responsible for every text in our game, wherever we are, that will be shown as a typewriter. Okay, so instead of doing it, for example, in here, so for example, if I drag this text in here and I hard code this text in here to be a typewriter effect, we will make a widget that is responsible for this, and you can use this widget wherever you want in your game, in any widget you want. So instead of just doing it in this widget, you can do it in every widget you want by just scripting it once and not every time you want it. So inside your typewriter text widget, drag a text, drag and drop it, and change the screen size to reside on screen. Rename this variable to typewriter text and make it a variable. Next, let's go to the graph, and here we need to create few variables. First one is full string of type string. Second one is current character index. This will keep track of the index of our string length and the index we are at. And what else? For now, let's create these two, and let's create first function. Now, first function is set typewriter text, and in here we need 3 parameters. First one is a boolean and instant. Second one is text to set, and the third one is float, and it's called typewriter speed. So the first one, instant, is responsible to check if we want to set the text to be instant immediately, or we want to have the typewriter effect. Okay, the second one is the text we want to set, and the third one is how fast the typewriter effect is. It's one character. So for example, if it's 0.05, or if it's 1, if this is 1, that it means it's 1 character per second. Okay, if it's 2, it's 1 character per 2 seconds. Okay, now if it's instant, we simply get this typewriter text and we set the text to be equal to text to set. Okay, and return. If it's not instant, then we need to get the full string, and we need to set this string to be equal to the text to set. Just plug this here, and it will convert it to a string. Then we need to make sure this is 0, so just set it to 0. And then we need to set the typewriter text to be empty, make sure it's empty. And last, we need to create a timer here that will be called based on every time that will be looping at this speed. Okay, and the timer is responsible to call another function that will append the text. Okay, each character in the text. So here, let's set timer by function name. Okay, the function name, we don't have it yet, but for the timer, let's get the typewriter speed, and for looping, click check it, and return value is counted to a variable. Let's call it typewriter handle. Okay, and what else? Now for the function name, let's set it here. Let's call it, what do we need to call it? Let's call it show next character. Okay, and close this, and let's create this function. So show next character, make sure it's the same name. And in here, so first in here, we need to get this character index. We need to check if it's bigger or equal to the full string length. So if it's bigger or equal, that means the typewriter effect is done. Okay, so we have finished all the characters inside the string. So branch, if it's true, we need to clear the timer, and we simply return. Now if it's not over yet, we need to get this index and increment it. Then we get the full string, we get the left. So the left returns the leftmost given number of characters. Okay. Now, if you don't know what this means, so let's say here we have the comment. Okay, the string is equal to comment. So left, let's say the count is 2. It gets the first 2 characters to the far left. So CO. If it's 5, for example, it returns COMME. Okay, so it returns like this. And if the count is bigger than the actual string length, then it will return the full string as it is. So it will return comment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If the count is 8, for example, it will return comment. Okay. So now for the count, we get this current character index. Then we promote this to a local variable. Let's call it partial string. And now we set the typewriter text, set text to be equal to this string. Okay, so that's the function. Let's close this up. Let's make this show next character. Let's make it private. And let's keep this on public. And we are done here as well. So let's go now wherever we want to use this typewriter effect. And for example, if it's in our widget, so just search for text, typewriter text, or you can spawn it, create the widget during gameplay. So for me, I will just do this, size to content, and I will drag it here. And I'll create another one. Okay, so let's drag it here. And make sure both of them are variables. Now, if we go to the graph, and for example, if I click 1, and if I click 2 here, and if I click 3, okay, let's drag another one. So copy paste this. And for each one, so for the first one, let's get the first one, set typewriter text. For the first one, I want to make it instant, and text set instant typewriter effect. Now for the second one, let's copy paste this. Let's drag the second one here. And I don't want instant, I want it to say typewriter effect at 0.05 at 1 character per 0.05 seconds. And 0.05. And for the third one, let's drag this here. Let's give this a 1 second. Okay, so for 1 second, just to see the difference between all of them. So now if I start the game, okay, as you can see, it says no text block. If I press 1, it should become instant. So this one on the left should become instant. So yeah, instant typewriter effect. If I press 2, it will have 0.05 seconds. Okay, now if I press 3, it will be 1 character per second, which is very slow, as you can see. Okay, and what else do we need? I want to make sure also that in here in the tick, I want to make sure that this is valid. No, not valid. Is active. Print. I want to make sure that it gets invalidated when we finish the string. Okay, so let's remove all of these. Let's just keep first one. And now if I press 2, it says it's active, but when it's over, it will say false. So that means it's working. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial, guys. Now you can use any the typewriter effect any place you want in your game and any widget you want by just dragging it from here. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.